another cool and exciting episode of Stoplight TV. Masyado kami nag-enjoy at nalilibang dito sa sports bar. So ladies, ano masasabi niyo sa sports bar?
Tamang chillax lang at tambay dito sa sports bar Libis. Parang Stoplight TV, tumambay kami sa A-Venue, Makati City para sa kanilang launching ng bagong-bago at guwapong-guwapo Suzuki Raider breed. Kasama ang aming newest Stoplight baby na si Liza. Liza, ano ba masasabi mo?
Hindi lang masaya dito, nakaka-relax pa at ang daming gwapo katulad ng fans ng F1. Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Ito na ang part 2 ng F1 Inside. Eds?
Diba? Sobrang daming gwapo dito. Parang mga fans din ng A1 Grand Prix race highlights at Taupo, New Zealand. So guys, what are you waiting for? Fasten your seatbelts, start your engines. Here comes Stoplight TV!
And here's the latest motoring news. The all-new Mercedes-Benz GLK was recently launched by Cats Motors Incorporated at the Mercedes-Benz showroom inside the Bonifacio Global City in Taguig. The Mercedes-Benz GLK is aggressively positioned to conquer the compact luxury SUV segment by storm.
What is the GLK for this country, for the Philippines? What are your plans?
Yep, well, we have loads of interesting plans for this new baby to our Mercedes-Benz family. As you can see, it is a really nice compact SUV. It's good in size. It's a wonderful both vehicle for both street users as well as those looking for a bit more four-wheel drive off-road capabilities. So it's really quite a dynamic vehicle. So
the entry of the SUV family for the Mercedes-Benz. Where is the GLK? I mean, you have the M-Class, you have the G-Class at the high-end. Where's the GLK in all of this?
It is what we call our compact SUV. So as I mentioned earlier, it's literally the baby in the SUV family. You may have heard or may have read that we are also, in addition to the GLK in the upcoming months, you can expect the new generation W212 E-Class. We're very, very excited about that, amongst other new cars that we will be revealing in due course.
Be informed of the latest in the local motoring industry, only here on Stoplight TV.
Get into the Honda Beat.
Should
Honda Beat. Be exciting. Sakay na sa buhay, Honda.
Sa mga F1 fanatics dyan, here's the F1 Insight Part 2. Check it out, guys.
On this week's program, we check out what it takes to be a Formula 1 race car driver, former F1 and Le Mans driver Martin Brundle. On Part 1 of F1 Insight, this week's Spotlight and Stoplight.
Although it doesn't always seem that way from the onboard cameras, it's incredibly demanding both physically and mentally to drive a Grand Prix car. That's why Formula 1 drivers every day of their lives have to train, eat and drink very carefully. You'll remember that we put my body through some of those stresses and strains at Kinetic near Farnborough. First we pumped up my pulse rate with a solid cardio workout. My muscles were nicely warmed up. Then we applied serious heat, just as the Formula 1 cockpit does. Next, I dressed up in the regulation 4 layers of fireproof clothing. Now, my body really struggled to tolerate the physical challenges which the drivers constantly experience. Finally, the mysterious G-force had to be applied. A Formula 1 car generates 5 times the force of gravity during braking and cornering. This invisible force simply soaks up your energy. Despite my 25 years as a professional racing driver, I was still absolutely amazed at the energy involved when they applied only G-force to my body and I wasn't thinking about driving through a corner. Well, amazingly and impressively, Williams Toyota have provided us with the latest FW29. I'm going to jump into it and show you how all of those stresses and strains relate to being behind the wheel and in the cockpit.
There's a high-speed furnace. There are heat sources all around me. On each corner, a tyre at 100 degrees centigrade. Brakes at a fairly believable 1,000 degrees centigrade. Either side of me, water, oil and fuel radiators. The back of my seat is the front of the fuel tank. And that could run as high as 60 degrees centigrade. And in the cockpit, a lot of electronic control units generating heat. To make it worse, I've got 4 layers of fireproof clothing, just like I had in that test at Kinetic, plus helmet, boots, gloves of course. Worse still, the aerodynamicists don't want a lot of turbulent air coming through this cockpit. They want it going into the air intake for the engine above my head. They want clean air with positive pressure through there for more engine power. So I'm sitting in a void. In all of this heat, you're working very, very hard. It's not a good environment to work in. The 6-point seat belts are pushing me into this custom-made seat, which hurts when I'm sitting in the pits. sumo wrestling match with King Kong. My body is begging me to lift the throttle, to unwind the steering knob, to take away some of the G-force. We know from the latest graphics that Formula 1 cars generate G-force in acceleration, cornering and braking. They only reach equilibrium at top speed, just before the violence starts all over again. And that G-force is just soaking up my energy. And the heavy braking, my lungs want to hit the inside of my ribcage, and it forces me to exhale even when I don't want to. It's just taking all the life out of my body. So you have heat, extreme physical demands, tremendous call on your brain power too, to manage the engine, the shift, the right racing line. It makes you fully appreciate just why these racing drivers are so fit and so highly paid as they fight over the same piece of tarmac. You realise how hard it is as you sit inside the cockpit, and their ability to fight each other head to head on the racetrack whilst controlling these amazing machines.
With my body stretched to the limit and my mind in overdrive, I also had to think about keeping the car online. Of course, the Grand Prix drivers too have to think about racing others into the same corner, challenging over the same piece of tarmac. And also, of course, the race strategy as it unfolds. No wonder they're highly paid and super fit. I hope I've given you a much better feel for exactly what the challenges are for a Grand Prix driver.
Catch more in-depth insights inside Formula 1 racing, exclusively here on Spotlight and Stoplight. Stoplight TV is powered by Auto Transporter, your race and show car carrier. Stoplight TV's Vehicles is powered by Priz. Call 0919-328-1115.
Saving and eco-friendly. Carry on.
Kami dito sa Sports Bar Libis. Katulad na lang ng ginawang warm welcome sa amin ng Suzuki sa kanilang launching ng bagong-bago at gwapong-gwapong Suzuki Raider Breed. Lalaro lang ako, ha?
Suzuki Philippines recently gave motorcycle fans another treat by launching the new Suzuki Raider breed of motorcycles with a public launch that included a stunt riding show and a mini rock concert at the A venue in Makati City. Attended by thousands of riders and motorcycle enthusiasts, the show was hosted by racing superstar Gabby de la Merced and featured band performers included Pupil with frontman Eli Buendia. The day-long activity began with the unveiling of the new Suzuki Raider product lineup, and the Suzuki stunt riding team also did a show that wowed the crowd. Other Suzuki motorcycles were also there on display, from their underbone models up to their top-of-the-line big bikes. The highlight of the day is the new Suzuki Raider J Pro, the newest in the Suzuki Raider breed lineup and designed for those who want more excitement in their motorcycle riding experience. The new Pro Clutch feature of the Raider J Pro gives riders more control of the motorcycle for a more exhilarating ride, while its new mag wheels and Dunlop tires add to the overall active and sporty look of the motorbike.
Earlier during the launching, you said that the Raider is one step closer to the Suzuki GSXR.
Yes.
So why do you say so?
Because I think from this year we have to focus more sporty solo model.
Okay.
So GSXR means very sporty, aggressive, big motorcycle.
Yeah.
So we use this image, also this feature,
Yes.
to the Raider series. So that is my point.
Thank you very much, and we hope to see you in the future launching of Suzuki product.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't forget to invite me, and we go test driving together.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Hello, good afternoon. We are here at the launching of the Suzuki Raider breed. Now here with me, si Mr. Ariola. Yeah, he's the marketing manager of the Suzuki Philippines. So sir, ano ang masasabi nyo tungkol sa Suzuki Raider breed?
Okay, when you say Suzuki Raider breed, this comes in 3 models. The Suzuki Raider J, Suzuki Raider J Pro, and the Suzuki Raider R150. Basically, we decided to introduce 3 models already, or 3 variants, to give customer more choices when it comes to the Raider variant. So what is most important, we have a leader model, we have a mid-range model, and we have a high-end model.
And how about yung mga prices niya? Magkano naman po yung...
Well, for the prices, like for the Raider J, it is priced at 56,900. The Raider J Pro would be is priced at 60,900, and the Raider R150 at 91,900.
Saan po natin, mahahanap po natin to, yung product nyo? Kindly tell them kung saan natin matagpuan.
Different stores, Tria shops and multi-brand stores, And these stores are, you could find them everywhere actually, because motorcycle is already starting to be a lifestyle of the Filipino people. So marami hong magtitinda ng ating Raider breed models.
Makiisa sa mga mas astig na events mula sa Suzuki Motorcycles dito lang sa nangungunang motoring and motorsports program sa buong Pilipinas. Numero 1 ka pare, dahil nanonood ka ng Stoplight TV. Stoplight TV is powered by Urban Autoworks professional auto detailers. Call 0917-366-5754.
Let me
So guys, kasama ko po ngayon ang mga nagagwapuhang lalaki from Sports Bar. This is Edwin and Sir Gomez. Sir, para saan po bang sports bar?
Yung sports bar para sa mga players ng bags ito na kasi hirap kaming makahanap ng venue para sa mga official practice namin. So kaya tinayo to. At the same time, negosyo din to.
So Edwin, saan ba located ang sports bar?
Located siya sa 173 Rodriguez Jr. Avenue, Libis, Quezon City.
Any contact numbers?
For inquiries and reservations, contact nyo ng 0927-430-3818.
So yon guys, para sa mga billiard fanatics dyan, watch out for the A1 Grand Prix race highlights at Taupo, New Zealand.
It was an exciting and one-of-a-kind weekend for race fans as A1 Team Ireland's Adam Carroll converted pole position into victory at the A1 Grand Prix of Nations sprint race recently held at the Taupo Motorsport Park in New Zealand. This win extends the team's lead at the top of the A1GP World Cup Motorsport standings. Switzerland's Neil Liani finished second after a great pit stop from the team helped bump him up in the order from fourth in the grid. A1 Team Netherlands' Robert Doornbos finished third ahead of France Luc Duval, and home driver for A1 Team New Zealand Dries van der Drift went home in fifth place. Adam Carroll made a perfect getaway from the standing start to lead the pack into the first turn and made an early break from the rest of the field. Doornbos also had a clean start from alongside him on the front row with a top 5 holding position as they completed the first lap. New Zealand had a slow start, disappointing the home crowd. A1 Team Ireland was the first team to dive into the pits, and a quick stop from the crew helped retain the advantage. A1 Team Switzerland's fantastic work in the pits got driver Neil Liani out on the track 2 seconds faster than the Irish crew, bringing him out right behind the emerald green car. With 5 laps to go, Liani began to slightly reduce the gap, but a faultless drive from Adam Carroll saw the team's victory for the third time this season.
Well, the main thing was just to get into turn 1 first and go from there, and that worked out. And I just pushed hard and was able to open up a gap and maintain it.
Robert seemed to be catching you slightly, sort of midway in.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I was just concentrating on what was going on front, but the pit stops went well. It was tight in there with Switzerland just coming in front, but the guys did a great job to get us out.
Yeah, for a moment there, it looked like you were having a bit of a problem in the pits.
Well, it was just the initial getaway was slow because I just wanted to make sure, because the pit boxes are so tight, I didn't want to go tearing out and clip Switzerland on the way out. So, it was quite close, but we got out first, which was the main thing.
In the feature race, A1 Team Switzerland claimed its second win of the season at the A1GP in Taupo, New Zealand, ahead of A1 Team Ireland's Adam Carroll and A1 Team Portugal's Felipe Albuquerque, with Ireland retaining its position at the top of the A1GP Championship standing. Ireland had a clean getaway from pole position, but the Netherlands' Robert Doornbos was slow off the mark from the front row, allowing Portugal to take advantage, and so dropping back to fifth. Albuquerque was right in the gearbox of Ireland as the field headed into turn 1, tapping the Irish car and briefly losing momentum, allowing a quick starting Neil Liani to move up from fourth on the grid to second. On lap 8, in the first pit stop window opened and the emerald green car was first in the pit lane. A good stop from the Irish squad saw the team retain the lead, while another great pit stop from the Australian team got their car out closer to the leader. After the first round of pit stops, the order settled and it was Ireland in the lead from Switzerland, Portugal, Australia, France, Netherlands, Malaysia, India, the USA, and Great Britain rounding up the top 10. And at this point, A1 Team Ireland now has a comfortable 3-point-second lead over Switzerland. The race was going well, but on lap 37, A1 Team Monaco driver Clivio Piccione went off at turn 11 and beached the Monaco car at the gravel, resulting in the safety car being deployed. As the field closed back up, the scene was set for the final exciting laps of the race. As the checkered flag came out, the top 3 crossed the line only a few seconds apart, and an extremely happy Neil Liani took victory for A1 Team Switzerland. An even more remarkable achievement, given that he was rushed to the hospital a week before with suspected meningitis, and it only came back to full fitness during race day. A1 Team Ireland's points haul mean it retains the championship lead with 65 points, while A1 Team Switzerland has 52 points, moving up to second place ahead of A1 Team Portugal with 49 points.
The track was very grippy, a lot of rubber on it, and then the pace was incredible. Like I did 50 laps, always pushing at the limit, and they were so on it. We all, Adam and Neil and me, we had pretty much the same pace, but then we arrived one point at simply we could not get closer. But in the end, I'm happy, and it's always a podium, and he'd be happy with that.
Well, the start was not so bad. It wasn't quite as good as my sprint race start, but I still managed to get into the first corner first. But I had a little bit of help from Felipe Albuquerque, Portugal, behind. Just he hit me quite hard, and I was actually quite sideways. And then that let Switzerland come around the outside, and I had to defend then to keep the position. But the main thing was we did. That was all right. It gets a bit close sometimes in turn one, and we were able to run a quick pace. And after the first pit stop, we had a good gap. Yeah, we've extended our lead and scored more points, a first and a second, and 2 poles is a pretty good weekend. We were looking pretty good for a while there for the second win, but unfortunately in the second pit stop something just went wrong with the anti-stall system, and we were lucky just to lose 1 place.
Well, starting from 5th, I didn't hope for too much because I knew it's hard to overtake, but then I had this fantastic start, nearly challenging Adam for the lead already in turn 1. Then I settled for 2nd. We had some issues on the first pit stop that I had some problem with getting off the line with the anti-stall. But then on the 2nd pit stop, we had a great pit stop, and I knew what I did wrong on the first one, so I was smoother on the clutch. I heard Adam revving, so I thought like, oh, he must have the same problem I had in the first pit stop. Just keep to the right for the moment, and then I saw him just getting slower, so I passed him. And I thought like, ooh, okay, now 23 laps to go. I'll have a lot of pressure here.
The A1 Grand Prix World Cup of Motorsports continues with the upcoming race in Gauteng, South Africa. Catch it here exclusively on the Philippines' leading motoring and motorsports program. This is Season 15 of Stoplight TV.
So guys, time to say bye-bye. Pero hindi pa dyan natatapos ang lahat. You can text us, just type on space stoplight and send it to 2948 for all networks. Just on space stoplight and send it to 2948 for all networks. At para naman sa lahat ng aming mga ka-friends or dyan, Venus,
Stoplight fans, maglagi na tayo sa stoplight_tv3@yahoo.com. 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 So para na akong silang plaka dito. Kaya kailangan makuha nyo yan.
At kung gusto nyo maka-review, just log on to www.stoplight.tv. Again, www.stoplight.tv. Ewan ko na lang sa inyo kung di nyo pa makuha yan first.
Alright, diba? Pero pwede nyo rin kaming i-email through info@stoplight.tv. That's info@stoplight.tv. Para naman sa mga Multiply fans, we have account na. That's stoplightTV.multiply.com. Again, that's stoplightTV.multiply.com. Siyempre, bago matapos yung show, babati muna ako ng happy birthday kay Lon. Happy birthday, Lon! So, paano guys? Time to say goodbye. See you at the next Stoplight!
Sa estilo, galaw nakakabaliw, nakakaloko. Hanep kang gumalaw, galing mo talagang